Hi, David. Look, sorry it's taken me a while to get to this. I hadn't forgotten about you, but I did want to do a little bit of research before I did this. I don't know your market very well, but I wanted to have a look around and I wanted to have a look around your site as well. No excuses, I'll just jump into this. So, coming from the front side, I could see the menu here across the top, and I could see you trying to use the blog up the top. In this process, I would probably move the blog down the bottom out of the way, and I would like to know a bit more about the registration process. Just, I like the way that it does lock in place, but also at the same time, it doesn't really stand out a lot. When I scroll down the page, that's me coming from the outside. Okay, I get exactly where you are. When I get down a bit further, where is it? In here, I noticed you've got a few links out. There's one here, and I get why you're trying to link out because they are valid, um, authenticated sites. But these things here, if you're going to have them on your homepage, have them at least open so they're open in a new window, so then they can go and read that stuff or whatever it is, and they can come back easily. All these um, links here take you straight out, and I've got to then, okay, I've got to work out that I've got to come back again. I always try and make it really simple. If you have this in a new, your web development can do this in a new tab or in a new window, then they can open a new window, and you can, when they close the window, they come straight back again. And these down here, though I can barely read them, and I'm on a reasonably big screen, they're quite hard to see. I'm thinking also that on a mobile they'd be quite hard to see as well. Um, I think maybe you could bullet point these so they're easier to scan, um, to make it more of text. There's another link out there too. Um, and then you're linking to your About Us page. So there's a lot of text here to read through. Um, some of these images, they look very stock images, which is not a good look on the whole. I'd like this video, but I would like to see it up a little bit higher as well. Um, and these links here, they're quite hard to track. If you have an email link on there, it's quite hard to track anything that comes through that link. Very times, and I'll show you an example. If you click on here, okay, good, it opens. That's actually interesting. That's different than what I thought. That's not too bad at all. That is quite well done. I stand corrected. It wasn't what I expected, so that's good. Um, Hours there, location, yep. Again, you've got that again there. All the different locations you're in. These are key areas. You could put these up higher a little bit as well, so that you do show that you're in different locations. And the other thing I did when I jumped around, I went to the About Us, About Our Doctors. Big space up the top here. I'm not too sure why that is there, or there's nothing there, or no point in doing it. Um, Again, we're looking a little bit like stock images. I'd like to see your images here up higher, so you can profile yourselves as and talk about their experience, um, and those different things as well. You know, so many different years and experience, their background. We're trying to make people feel trusted as much as possible. And I like the way you've pulled in your YouTube, your videos, should I say. But I would like to see some of these on the homepage as well. You're trying to build some trust. You want to bring those onto your homepage so you can't miss them. I basically stumbled across them here. If I didn't know they were there, you could have a testimonials page, or you could have a page that says what our clients say or what our patients say. So that makes it easier to see that up front. Locations, Google. Oh, you got Google reviews. Okay. If there's someone who's already gone to the reviews, um, let's just have a look and see what it says here. Nicely visualized. I would drop this down a little bit because, again, yes, you can scroll them down there, but I want to see them up the top higher. Um, Hang on, let's just see this one.
There were days where I would just break down crying in my bathroom because I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get up. I couldn't take a shower. I couldn't physically do anything. ended up going to college. I stayed for about 2 months. I just want to fall asleep.
Cause serious side effects, including sleepiness, fainting. Spravato is not for use in place of hospitalization if your health.
Okay, so this is not I thought it was a video about from you. It's just a very corporate type video, so not what I'd like to say. I'd like to. I don't. The option of probably doing it with your patients is probably not an option, but that's what I would like to see. Just a more personalization, especially with the doctor side of it. Let me jump back to the homepage for a second. Is it going to take me back? No. Okay. So if I click on the logo, if I click on the text, it doesn't take me back. So there's one thing at least to have as a navigation. Let me just jump into, let me pull up some keywords and keywords. Let's go to the blog for a second, and I noticed something here straight away. I can see the idea of what you're trying to do. You're trying to do a blog here, but these pages, if I scroll down, let's go into from these having here aren't set up ideally. Looks like it's pulling from another site. It doesn't fit what the rest of you've got going on here, and you see that those links there, that needs to be the same as what these topics are, or what the topics. You've got this here, but again, these will get no traction, almost no traction, because they are just those. Google will ignore everything after that question mark there, and that's what they will see, and they'll see a lot of blocks of text, and it's all in one place. They won't see the actual articles within the site. I'm not sure what platform you're on, but this doesn't seem like it. It seems disjointed from the rest. So I would at least put the blog down the bottom here. Now, I would like to find out. You'll find out how many people are running through your menu here. And your registrar. If I go to your register page, and this might be something you've got to do. One, we've got this big block up the top here, which is quite quite large, and this does take a while to load. I'm wondering, as soon as you've got a very large, so you've got a phone number there. I would, ideally, this is a really large form to fill out, and I get why you need to do it. But I think this would be stopping a lot of people still going. This form, just on its own, would be huge for someone to fill out. So there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of process, and it's just quite overwhelming. If when you've got big forms like this, and I get your reasoning behind it, the better way to do it is you can have a form which allows them to chunk it down and do it in little parts. Typeform is one of them that does it, and you can also have it set up. Not that one. You can have it set up so that it shows them, section 1 and 1 of 3, and then we know that they go through the stages, and there's 3 stages. So it makes it easier them to walk through the process here. I think you get a lot of people that may start this form, or they may look at it, and they'd find it overwhelming, and that way you'd probably end up with a phone number. And you're offering the phone number there, and I know you don't necessarily want to take phone calls all the time, especially your front desk, but in this type of process, I think you actually need to make the phone more obvious in the top menu, super clear that they can ring you, and you can. You got it here. Patient intakes at the office, so you can do it. So even if you have a registration where, if you never had a start the registration process where you grab their limited amount of details and ring them back and go through that process. It's just that this is a large form. It's a lot of steps for someone to go through, and that could be putting off how many people are filling it out. I don't know your stats in behind the site, but I'm just looking at from an outside point of view. All right, let's jump into a bit more keyword research. Okay, so not knowing this market at all, putting that search term in. What are people searching for it? Right down here. So this large in and around. I don't know this Jensen pipeline. Should I understand that? Maybe something that's familiar to you, but not to me. So there's a few other keywords coming up here and a few around that esketamine. So let's go. Just taking it out a little bit. Treatment. So this is interesting. 2000. This is global search. This one. It's got a very large per click cost. So it's about $7 paid advertising. That's even if they'd allow you to do it. Let me have a look at it. I don't know enough about this market. But the roughly per click cost $7, 2,400 in volume. So that near me is something you should definitely have somewhere into your site. I haven't checked whether you've got a Google My Business listing, but your Google My Business listing will be something you'd add on as well, which would be purely local. And each one of your locations can have a separate Google My Business setup. I'm going to go back. We got the separate locations. That's all right. For depression, okay, that's obviously a major depression. It doesn't look like treatment. Let's go treatment for depression. It's going down the medical path here of the product, not the treatments. Let's just have a look. Treatment for depression, side effects at home. No. Let me see what else we can pull out. Treatment centers. That's where you should be coming up. It looks like you are coming up for that, even in here. Is this one yours? Let me have a look. It looks like it's yours, but there's no website link on here. Ah, yes, it is. There it is. So you have got them set up. Okay. All the reviews. Okay, so better finding than that. So you've got that already. Treatment centre. You get working near me in these. You've got to be careful adjusting these. Google decides to pause things while you adjust things on a Google My Business listing. But that's a good find as well. Let me go back. Let's just see what else we've got coming up. So side effects, yes, okay. Treatment near me, that was something to work in. Esketamine for depression. I've been putting something up about that. Let's just double check what comes up. Okay, you got John Hopkins, so you got one really big area coming up, and it just seems to be the actual medical side of it. So let's go back. But I'm guessing that people will be searching this for depression. And you could say, write an article or blog post around this for depression in New York, New Jersey, sorry. Okay, we'll just jump back out of that one, go back in the group. So that's where it starts. There's probably more keywords in that I don't know of. Treatment is coming up as a big one. Obviously, it's high cost, that's for sure. You're $8 a click, but that's what you're going to pay in that market. And I wouldn't recommend advertising right the way you're set up right now. I think you'd probably lose money very quickly because I think it's something that you need to get your website functioning better and clearly with a better positioning of you and your other specialists at the same time before you did anything with this. And I'd probably recommend setting up. I use landing pages for advertising so that you have a specific offer, and I use phone tracking and a lot of other different things just to make sure that you are spending your money in the right place and you are getting those leads come in. But that's another matter. Look, I've gone over your site pretty deeply. Like I said, I don't know this market, but yeah, you definitely find some more value in here. What it's used for, that's interesting as well. A lot of these numbers, all of the tools throw out these numbers, and a lot of the times they're wrong. They're way out, and that's just normal. None of the tools give them exact one. Your own knowledge and what your treatment actually helps serve, what your patients say to you in their words is always really important, because they might say something that you understand and you treat depression, but if they treat something specifically and they say those words to you, that's quite likely a search that someone's doing. It's your own knowledge about the industry more than I've got, more than your patients even have. So keep that in mind, is keep an eye open and clear, thinking about what the patient has said, and maybe there's some keywords that pop up in there. And then once you get your uh, blog sorted out and a better setup, um, yeah, then you'd be able to put that together. But yeah, there's a lot of work in there. If you want some more search engine traffic, if you want to talk about it more, let me know. Bye for now.